Hello there. Welcome to Japan. Today, I'm gonna take you on a day in the life of what it's like to bike ride in Japan. What it's like getting in and out of the hotels, how to book the hotels, what it's like to eat in the country, all the different things I see, the points of interest. It's gonna be awesome. We have beautiful weather. So let's get started. But first, this day in the life video actually starts the night before. So what I'm gonna do now is book tomorrow night's hotel room, which is where the day in the life video will come to an end. I use a couple different apps today. We're gonna use Agoda. This is not a sponsored video yet. I am here in the town of Toyama. Tomorrow, I'm gonna ride slightly less mileage because today I did like 60 in the pouring rain. You can play some of the footage of that now. Everything's good. The rain has lightened up a tad. It was a long day and the cleaning process took even longer. I'll play some of that footage now. And here's the bike. As you can see, it's, trashed. I think we're gonna go for Kanazawa. So what I like to do first is kind of get like a rough guess on the distance. We set it to walking directions. There's no biking directions outside of major cities in Japan. It's about 37 miles. We're gonna open up Agoda here. Kanazawa. Now immediately we're seeing some very cheap stuff here. Recently I stayed in a dormy inn. It had a nice onsen in it. Free ramen starting at like 9 or 10 p.m., which was ridiculous. So here we have one for 52. I think I'm gonna go with the dormy inn on this one because I dig it. Selling out fast. My God, it has the free ramen as the picture for the room. They know what we want. $52, there it is. So now that we have the hotel booked, it's time to wake up. Okay, it's time to wake up. I actually slept in for the first time, potentially all trip. It's almost 10 a.m., which I realize I actually have to check out at 10 a.m. A lot of hotels in Japan check out is 10, not 11. I only have about 5 to 10 minutes to get ready, so let's do this. As you can see, it's a little crowded in here. I have all my stuff hanging so that it dries from last night, but actually, it all seems pretty dry right now, so I think we're good. Rain covers, dry. Rear bag, wow, dry. But cleaning towels, still very wet, but that's okay, we have a solution for that. All my stuff is laid out here on the floor right now, unfortunately, because it was so wet yesterday that everything got soaked, so a lot of it's drying out. So now we're gonna repack very quickly and get everything back on the bike. Let's go. Clothes, laundry bag, onsen bag, toiletries, electronics, Apple Watch charged, battery pack charged. I would not travel on a bike without a battery pack. Spare electronic parts, mini tripod, iPad, fold-up jacket, rain covers. Hopefully won't be needing these anymore. Small first aid kit, lock, pump, various bike parts, and chain lube. Drone. Charging cables that I use, I'll put right here for easy access. GoPro. Don't forget my mascot. Tough gummies. Change purse. Sunblock, which we'll have to put on outside this time. Water bottle. Hat. Already dripping in sweat. Okay, let's do it. And we're out. That was a bit of a speed run, but I think we got everything and we are now heading out of the hotel. Before we get breakfast, one of the most important things for me is sunscreen applications. Complete 100% for me. Check out the anime streetcar. Wait for it. There it is. Sun sleeves, like I said, a very important part for me. These are good because they protect your hands too, which I get sunburn on top of my hands. Okay, now that we're pretty much ready to go, we need to get breakfast. Since I slept in, Missed the hotel breakfast, unfortunately, but there's a convenience right around the corner, so we're gonna run in there and get some breakfast food, and I'll show you guys what I get. Forgot, since I cleaned my bike so intensely last night, I gotta lube the chain up really quick. All right, let's get some food. We're just gonna leave the bike right here up front. It'll be totally safe as we go into the Family Mart. Today we're just doing a seaweed rice ball and a vegetable drink. You're never really that far from food in Japan, especially with convenience stores. So for breakfast today, we're just gonna keep it really simple. Rice, juice, and we're on the road. This one has like seaweed and sesame in it and a little bit of salt. It's really delicious and it's about 70 cents. We got the vegetable juice. I love these things. Again, super cheap. I think it's like $1. Okay, breakfast done. We're gonna run inside to the bathroom, leave the camera here. It'll be totally safe. I'll be back in a minute. I wouldn't recommend leaving your camera out in public, generally speaking, but things are pretty safe here and you're not gonna have a problem. Especially in the smaller cities outside of Tokyo, you're really not gonna have a problem leaving your stuff outside for any periods of time. Today we're gonna ride from Toyama to Kanazawa. So let's get the hotel that we're staying at tonight in Google Maps so we can navigate there. Okay, so we are riding over here and we are gonna end up at the Dormy Inn that we booked last night, right here. So what I pretty much do is I hit directions and I hit walking directions, and I just follow Google walking directions because generally speaking, it's not going to take you down a road that you can't ride down since there aren't really biking directions in Japan. It's not always foolproof, but it usually gets you pretty close. Okay, a quick side note about Google Walking in Japan. So yes, I do use that for my day-to-day routing when I'm like riding and trying to figure out where I'm going to go. I have that set in my navigation for daily. However, I do always plan all my routes ahead of time, usually through a mixture of Strava and Google Maps. I don't want it to seem like I just kind of roll up and then put in Google Maps and then go. I take a lot of time, weeks, months even, to kind of plan these routes out. Again, not down to the T, but I use Google Maps, especially Street View, which is extremely helpful in Japan, to kind of look at the roads that I'm going to be riding on to make sure that they're bikeable, that they look safe, that there's a shoulder if I need it, if there's no sidewalk. So with that, back to me wearing the same shirt in Japan. So it looks like we got 37 miles today. Let's hit the road. And just like that, we are setting off. You know, that's pretty much how it rolls most mornings. Get ready, pack up, leave. Let's head out of Toyama and see where the day takes us. Oh my God, I almost forgot the most important thing. If you don't Strava it, did it really happen? Yes, but I like using Strava. So something viewers of my daily videos will know, oh, it's windy, is that there's a constant battle between riding on the sidewalk and riding on the street in Japan. As you can see here, this is a bike lane, technically. It is a sidewalk. I live in New York. I'm used to riding in the street and behaving like a car, but here, cyclists are really meant to behave like pedestrians. So technically you're really supposed to follow pedestrian rules. You're supposed to ride on the sidewalk, stop at all crosswalks. When you cross intersections, you don't really, if you're making like a left turn, you don't do that. You go across one crosswalk, then go across another crosswalk. I do a bit of a mixture. It depends on where I am. If I'm out in the country, I'm gonna be riding in the street. If it's safe, if it's in the city, maybe I'll try a little bit of sidewalk. I usually go back and forth depending on what kind of feels safe. Got a nice bridge here. Over on that side, there's a bit of a sidewalk, so we're gonna take that since this one seems pretty active. Probably can't see it, but we got the bullet train crossing the bridge over there. Lovely. One reality of biking in Japan is that you're gonna be stopping at a lot of crosswalks. It's just the way it goes. Some people get irritated by it, and I choose not to, or at least try to choose not to. Sometimes I do when I just wanna get going and I have to stop constantly, but it's kind of just a part of it. So what are you gonna do? One thing I do love about Google Maps walking directions is that it sometimes just takes you down unexpected, pretty little back streets. Sometimes it takes you down dirt roads and that's less fun. But right here, right now, it's doing a great job. One of my favorite things about riding in Japan is There's just water everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's little streams, little rivers. It's just so lovely. You're never that far from the sound and sights of rushing water. And it's one of my favorite things about riding here. Oh my God, I almost just crashed and fell into some water. Lovely little side road here. We are kind of in the suburbs of Toyama currently. It's just nice. Again, still a little windy, but beautiful day. Look at this. And we are just cruising. Some kind of fruit trees here. No fruit currently, but that's definitely fruit. Okay, quick vlog update. We are in the middle of a field and it is very windy. We actually forecasted to be windy today on the weather app, but I didn't think it was gonna be this bad. It's so beautiful out, so I'm not even upset about it, but I am moving at a snail's pace. I just flew the drone and the battery depleted in like minutes because it was just fighting the wind like crazy. It's all good. We're just gonna keep pushing against the wind and keep checking out these beautiful farmlands. Look at that behind us. Come on. Okay, so I made a quick pit stop here. We're having some issues with the bike front basket being very squeaky. Probably because I cleaned everything last night and everything's a little dry now. Another pro tip for you is I always bring a little bit of grease with me, and we're just gonna apply a little bit to all the different parts of it. All right, I'm gonna jump on. I'm gonna give this a little try here. So it wasn't the bag, is the saddle. So that made no difference. Still hearing it a bit, but it might just be an unavoidable issue for now. The squeaking issue persists. I'm not 100% sure. It's really loud and it's really annoying, and I would really rather not ride with this for the rest of the time. I think it might be the suspension block. So I'm gonna take this thing off and then just kind of grease it and see if that makes a difference. There's your squeak. Yeah, I think it's this. Oh my God, there's like literally just like dust and sand falling out of here right now. Let's get our trusty grease out. Yeah, I mean this thing is just like, I can't know if you can see that, but it's like, it's bone dry in there. I'm just gonna put grease all up in this thing. Anything that potentially has friction, we're gonna go. Even these little washers here. This isn't the problem then. I don't really know what is. Screw this bad boy back in there. I don't know how tight you're supposed to tighten these, but I don't think too tight. Oh yeah. That'll do it. When in doubt, grease it out. Quiet now. All right, let's get back on the road. Okay, it's about 2 p.m., which is a little bit later than when I normally stop for lunch, but we had bike squeaking issues. We wanted to film some content, so we're a little behind schedule that doesn't exist, but that's totally okay. But point is, it's food time. A lot of places in Japan, especially in the countryside, kind of close around 2:30 after lunchtime, then we'll reopen at 5 or 6. However, the place behind me does not close ever. That's not true. I think they do close. I don't think it's 24 hours. They do close very late though. This is Koko Ichiban. Yeah. It's a chain. They're all over Japan. It's their version of fast food. It's curry, cutlet, rice. It's cheap, it's everywhere, it's consistent. It's one of my go-tos. I'm not saying like you guys gotta come here and try this, like it's everywhere. It's in every single town. So I'm gonna take you guys inside and show you what I'm gonna get. Okay, so since I didn't really want to talk that much in the restaurant and bother people, I'm going to be doing a little voiceover play-by-play of what's going on here. I always go for the pork cutlet curry, but if you see here, we have spice levels. Now, this goes from 1 to 20, right? Now, when I like spicy food, I can handle things that are a little bit spicier. First time I went there on this trip, I did a 3, and I could barely eat it. So I can't even imagine what 20 is like. If anyone has tried the 20, let me know in the comments below. One awesome thing about like most restaurants in Japan is that they have water on the table, usually like a giant pitcher like that. Lovely. I love French fries in Japan. They always make them fresh. They're always crispy. They're always delicious. So if you go to a place like Koku Ichibanya, they will have them and they will be cheap and they are incredible. This is the cutlet. Look at that. Again, simple. Pork cutlet, curry, rice. There's nothing else you need. Steaming hot, maybe too hot on this hot summer's day, but just perfect and exactly what you need. So I like to order the fries and then dip them into the curry. Curry cutlets is definitely one of my go-to meals in Japan. You can get them everywhere. I mean, look at that. I completely cleaned the plate. And at the end of it, it's around 1,200 yen, which in today's exchange rate is equivalent to like $8. So it's so reasonably priced considering the amount of food I just ate. As always, that was absolutely fantastic. I feel fueled. I feel slightly sluggish, but I'll feel better soon. We're gonna get back on the road and try to just put some more hours in. I got about 30 miles still left to the hotel, so we're gonna push on and see how it goes. I don't know if you can hear me, but found this little dam here. Seems to be probably for irrigation for all the farmland around here, but pretty cool the way it just kind of drops off here. Imagine living right here. You'd be hearing that all day, which would probably be amazing. Alright, we just stopped here. We're gonna go and take a look at this little shrine here. Check this out. It's beautiful. I love just stopping and looking at these old buildings along the way. Always worth getting off and taking a little look when you're in the countryside. Alright, Google's telling me to take a dirt road again. Do we do it? Why not then? Every now and then Google does a little number on you, Google Walking, and tells you to take a dirt road. This one's very short, so it's not really a problem, but something to be aware of. Best to usually check what's ahead of you when you're using Google Walking directions, because sometimes it'll take you here. Word of caution while biking in Japan. You probably can't really see it here, but this is about a 4-foot drop-off. Pretty common when you're riding through the countryside to just have drop-offs. Even on this side over here, you can't really see it, but that's like a ditch that's about 1.5 feet deep. Something to always be aware of when you're biking. You really have to pay attention, because if I fell off this ditch, I mean, that would be probably game over. Alright. I'm gonna do a little sit rep update for you guys. It's about midday. That's incorrect. I don't even know what time it is. It's about 3:30, so way past midday. We've done about 16 miles. It's been pretty slow going. It's extremely windy today. So my top speed is just absolutely plummeted, but it's also very beautiful, so I'm not really complaining. So we still are about halfway there. We actually have about 25. We're not halfway there. We have 25 to go. If I could do 10 miles in the next hour, that would be great. We just met a cat. Actually, the first time I've met a cat this trip. I've seen many cats, but that was the first time really actually getting to meet one. This right here is a nice little visualization of the wind today. You can see these flags are just ripping in the wind, and they are going this way, and we are going that way. Yeah. Okay, we have about 15 miles left until we get to the hotel, which doesn't sound like much, but currently heading into the mountains. I don't think it's going to be hilly. Google says it's only like 200 something elevation to the hotel, which is nothing. Initial signs point to the wind potentially has died down due to us being in the mountains and not in the open plains anymore. So let's enjoy the final 15 miles, whatever they may hold. Well, considering where we were just like 5 to 10 minutes ago, look how wildly different this area is. It's one of my favorite things about riding in the country is landscapes can change so quickly. You can go from rice fields to in the mountains in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes. Pretty incredible. I think we're out of the hurt locker, the wind locker. Oh God, look, I've gotten my 10th win today. Just had a coffee. I'm feeling great. This is a dream now. Look at that. Okay, so we're about to ride through our first major tunnel of the day. One of my biggest tips I can give, if you're coming to Japan and you plan to do any road riding like this, bring earplugs. Just little foam ones like this, but tunnels can get really, really loud, and some of them are super long. It just really cuts down on the kind of overwhelmingness of a tunnel if the audio is blocked out a bit. We're gonna pop these bad boys in and we're gonna go for it. I don't really know what kind of shoulder we're working with in this tunnel. It looks like non-elevated shoulder. Definitely the fastest I've been all day. And we're out. Whew. Come on, Not sure if that one picked up on camera, maybe on my helmet cam, but that was like a woman that was probably 90 to 100 years old pushing a steel wheelbarrow up a hill. Unbelievable. So this is what's called a Michi no Eki, which is basically just a roadside rest stop. You see them on the road, obviously, so you don't really see them if you're taking a train. You really only see them by car or bike. Usually it's a place where you can go to the bathroom, get a snack. It's some of my favorite things to do in Japan because they always have cool snacks and souvenirs. So let's go check this one out and see what's in there. goodies here. And what I like to look at are, sometimes you can find little stickers and things that are specific to where you are. I saw this guy earlier. Oh yeah. Have to get one of the cats. Look at that. Of course you got your drinks. Standard fare. Lots of snacks too. Potential contender for the most scenic Michino Eki I've ever been to. Look at that. So we've stopped for a quick break here. Senbei, which is a rice cracker. This one appears to be dipped in soy sauce. Kit Kat, classic, can't go wrong. I saw some in a vending machine earlier that was broken, and I've been thinking about Kit Kats all day. A nice sticker of the route that we are on. I love a little sticker or a pin that shows exactly where you are. And we got 2 pins, one with a bull on it and one with a cat on it. I think they're both really cute, so that's why I bought them. That is crunchy and delicious. That music can only mean one thing, is that it's 6 p.m. At 6 p.m. all over the countryside in Japan, music plays out of speakers to signify the end of the day. Okay, we just had what'll probably be our last stop of the day before the hotel. And I tell you what, a pretty magical one at that. Just being here right at sunset, just stunningly beautiful. So we got about 9.5 miles left to the hotel. We're gonna push through and enjoy this golden hour. Let's go. The final stretch of road here into Kanazawa is, well, it's pretty straight and trafficy, but the sunset right now is just so beautiful that I'm still very much enjoying it. Really looking forward to that onsen tonight in the hotel. So let's push on 5 more miles. Let's do it. Walked across the street to get a shot of me riding by, but let's get this train shot first. What do we got here? Oh yeah, here she comes. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That's a nice one. Two-for-one deal. Always have time to pull over for an abandoned love hotel. Look at this place. Sweet Dream Resort Hotel. Whoa. Totally abandoned. Guess the dream has died. Following the bullet train right here. That bridge up there is the bullet train, or Shinkansen. And that thing goes right in the middle of Kanazawa City. Oh, I can hear it. You can't see it, but you know it's there. So all I have to do is basically follow this right in and it'll take me right to my hotel. The Shinkansen track has gotten even taller. It looks kind of like, reminds me of like an aqueduct. Really is a feat of engineering. The sun has set. We are on the last 1.5 miles from the hotel. It's crazy. Now we're just like in a modern looking city. We went from farmland to the mountains to suburbia to a city, all within a day. Oh my gosh, no way. But now we're at the hotel, so let's get the bike inside and then we'll go find some food. Got all the bags here in the elevator. Okay, we are here. We have checked into the dormy. Put the bike in the bike bag, the Vincita bike bag. We have the other two bags right there. No one has ever tried to stop me from bringing in a bike and a bag into a hotel. Let's see what we got behind door number 1. Look at that. It's a bed, which is all that we needed. I am dirty and I am tired, and it is time for the onsen. Right up here on the 14th floor, we got the men's bath. I'll see you guys on the other side. No bath in Japan would be complete without your post-bath milk. And at the dormy inn, free popsicles. Unbelievable. Okay, we just had our bath. Dormy Inn even had a massage service, $20 for a 30-minute massage, and it was fantastic. I feel like a completely new person. We're gonna walk around. I have a couple places in mind, but I'm in the mood for some barbecue, yakiniku as they call it in Japan, so we're gonna go try to find that. Update soon. Okay, like I said, this place was Japanese barbecue or yakiniku. This place had a little Korean flair to it, which I really dug. English menu, always a nice thing to see. You know, Google Translate can get you really far off translating a Japanese menu, but it is nice to have an English menu. But not that common when you're in the countryside, to be clear. This is the kind of place where you can grill your own meat. We got a Korean scallion pancake, a side of kimchi, some giant fresh leeks to put on the grill, and of course, the nama biru. In Japanese, the word nama translates to fresh. So if you say nama biru, you're basically saying you want a fresh or draft beer. The pancake was so good. It was ridiculous. So yeah, 2 different types of pork grilling on. They had all different types of meat. I went for just the pork. The dipping sauces were really good. And I just love a place where you can do it yourself. This place also had really good ventilation, so I didn't leave there smelling like meat. Well, that was an absolute feast. Good God. I'm going the wrong way. Highly recommend that place. I mean, I've had yakiniku before, but that was nuts. I ate a lot. No evening would be complete without a late night, end of night konbini run. So, and the only way I could end off this long vlog of a day. Let's go find ourselves a konbini, shall we? My konbini in the night. The konbini of my dreams. Music cue. Almost got lost there for a minute, but now I think oh my God. They had the noodles, the late night free noodles. I'm just so full from the barbecue. If they would have been open when I was leaving, I probably would have gotten an appetizer bowl, but they weren't open at that point, so I don't think the late night noodles are gonna happen because I'm outrageously full. But you'll just have to take my word for it that they are really good. And that's what it looks like. It looks pretty much exactly like that. And it's fantastic. It's a little firm. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Woke up at 10 a.m. today, or left the hotel around 10:30 this morning. It is now about 10 p.m. at night. We were out on the road for like technically 5.5 hours of riding, but about 8 hours, 9 hours total. It was a fantastic day. It was a day full of contrasts. We had a wonderful morning that was beautiful weather, incredible time. I had a really good time filming all this content. And then a large middle part of the day was flat and extremely windy. I would say 4.5 hours. At least 4 hours of riding in the wind. It's just extreme headwind all day. It was a little bit of a contrast. It was like beautiful out. Weather was incredible, but it was just super windy. I still really enjoyed myself and I still really enjoyed making this. And then near the end of the day, we got that incredible mountain passage, which made the whole thing worth it. I mean, just going through that area at sunset was just so wonderful. So all in all, fantastic day. We're gonna wrap it up here with my water. Self-explanatory. Condensed milk. It looks like a baguette, and it kind of is, but it's sweet. One of my favorite treats to have. Condensed milk, kind of cream. Thank you guys for watching this video. It was a challenge to make, but I had so much fun doing it. Crazy day. I saw so much, experienced so much. Hope you guys enjoyed it. But on that note, good night. Shit. That didn't work. That light's on a timer, so I have to wait till that goes out before I can do the fun turn off a video moment. On that note, we're going to end the video. Good night, everybody, and thanks for watching.